what are you interested in communicating when you focus on the human body? And you can start with this, the works that we are looking at on the screen, but then we can morph into your more recent work.
Well, I think that titling it older work is important because the one to your left hand side is actually a self portrait that I did in my undergraduate. Um, and that was the first time that I felt like I was representing the way that I felt I looked like. For those
Mhm.
that know me, I'm like 5'0", so I'm pretty short. But I have kind of like that Napoleon complex where I feel like I'm I'm bigger than what it is that I am, truthfully. And I think that I use the body as a way to kind of understand myself and the way that I function and how I'm seen in our culture and in society, not only as an Afro-Caribbean woman, um, but also as other, specifically in the United States. And other when I go to DR too, because I wasn't born there, like DR as in Dominican Republic. I was born here in New Jersey, so it's kind of like I don't fit in there and I don't fit in here. And I feel like finding the people that I identify as someone who has kind of like this swagger within them is trying to put myself into that body where I feel like I don't have swagger, but like I'm living kind of through these people that I am representing that are not seen in galleries or museums. Um, yeah.
Right. Now, taking a look, I just want everyone to take these images in for a moment because they do have swagger. And one of the individuals we talked about as a kind of reference point when I first saw you and looked at these pieces was Barclay Hendricks. And we mentioned the artist Barclay Hendricks partly because you said really something really interesting to me. As many people know, Barclay Hendricks was someone who was interested in the swagger. He was interested in representing that kind of je ne sais quoi, that quality that people, mostly Black people, had in how what they projected, this kind of power they projected on the streets. And for you, it's similar, but I was really struck by the how you talked about doing that projection and that swagger specifically as a minority person in the United States. And you said something about the way swagger becomes a kind of defense.
Yeah.
When you can you talk a little bit more about that in relation to those images we just saw, but also some of your new work?